long way away from the radar, so we don't have a great picture of where it is. But we're going to be looking where the colors are changing between, because that's where the rotation would try to be found. And it looks like still over the Martinsville area, possibly between Jones Creek, seeing a little bit of a change there. It looks like it might be trying to drift a little more towards the east, but still hard to find. But these are weak cells. Not finding a lot of strong rotation, but it's something that we'll have to keep an eye on. Again, if you're in Henry County, especially just north of Martinsville, moving northward towards Jones Creek, Woodland Heights Church, if any of these names are sounding familiar to you, you should be getting in your safe place if you haven't already, and just stay there for a few minutes. These, again, are moving relatively quick, and hopefully we can get past these a little faster. It looks like the reflectivity is taking that cell a little further. Velocity might be a little behind. So yeah, here's the cell now. Looks like this is showing us it's a little further north now. So moving past, if you want to stop that and just pause it right there, it looks like it is, yeah, the storm itself, if we're going to be finding it, it's going to be here around Beaver Creek Drive, well north of Martinsville at this point. So it's going to be moving very quickly, as I mentioned, but this tornado warning lasts until about 11:45 this morning. Again, if you're in Henry County, we're going to have to keep an eye on this as it moves towards Oak Level. And if we zoom out just a little bit further, I want to look at some of these other cells. Notice a couple of these down the lake. We've got several other tornadoes that are also possible. There's another one down here just on the other side of Virginia, just south of Danville. So that one's also another one that we're going to have to watch. And yeah, it's going to be very quick moving storms. And this is what we're going to keep watching here. These little couplets that keep popping up. They're typically not going to last too long. But okay, let's bring us back down to Martinsville, where the tornado warning is in the Martinsville area. Just seeing that moving north of Martinsville. And let's look a little higher. So Oak Level, yeah, just along 220. And what is that, 108? We've got this one little couplet. It's relatively weak, not seeing a lot of strong rotation with it. If you want to switch over to velocity when you get a second, will. But I do think there's really not a lot there. Yeah, it looks like that's still a little behind, but there would be something here just around this area in the Martinsville spot. I don't think there's going to be a lot of strong rotation, but so far it's still moving northward. Was it moving about 30 miles an hour? 35 miles an hour, thank you. Yeah, so I mean, they're moving with decent speed, already past Martinsville, but we're going to be looking towards the northern edge of that. And technically, we still have another 30 minutes left of this warning, but this storm is going to be past that warning, so we'll probably get another warning if they're going to issue one soon. Either a severe thunderstorm is possible. They have been canceling or expiring most of these tornado warnings, but we're going to have to keep a close eye on it, even though a lot of these, you'll notice some of these that have just moved past Martinsville. You can see this little line here and the one just moving into the Floyd area. Those were both tornado warned storms about an hour ago. So that's kind of been the pattern that we've been seeing, is they spin up a little bit and then they try to cross over the Virginia border. They are moving into a weaker atmosphere for the energy, so it doesn't look like we're going to see quite a lot of stronger ones getting further north, but still something to keep an eye on. Again, we're going to keep watching as they go through. But again, this timeline for this storm right now in the Perlman area at about 11:30. The Ferrum area about 11:37. Rocky Mount at 11:45. But keep in mind, again, this warning is probably going to be allowed to either expire or cancel because it's just starting to get on the very far edge. So we'll probably either get a new warning or this one's going to get canceled in the next few minutes here. I would say probably within the next 10 minutes. If you are in the Martinsville area, you're starting to clear up. You actually might be seeing some sunshine even in a couple spots, but there are still going to be a lot of clouds outside today. Just try to keep weather aware for a little while longer. If you can stay in your safe place for the moment and it's not dangerous for you, stay indoors for a little bit longer. We've still got some time. We're going to bring this back out. Oh, there's still that tornado warned storm till 11:45 in the Caswell County area, just south of Danville. But again, we're going to have to keep watching this whole line as this moves through. This is the main focus for our weather today. We've been expecting this. We've been talking about it for a couple days, where we're expecting showers and thunderstorms to be developing some of these stronger lines and little couplets. And we still have another tornado warning just around the Durham area as well. But this one in the Caswell area lasts until 11:45. Not going to be crossing the line. Moving into Virginia, it seems, for about another 20-25 minutes. But moving pretty quickly. We're keeping a close eye on a lot of these. The outer bands of these storms are going to be moving fast enough to get some rotation going as the atmosphere supports them. But this is one that we'll have to keep an eye on. Do we have it? I don't know how velocity is going to look for this one. Do we have that for this? Because I'm curious to see if we can get anything for it, but it's going to be hard to find. Yeah, it's not going to be a lot to be seen, I don't think. Yeah, it's kind of messy. There's not a lot really there to be seen. So that's okay, that's okay. But yeah, this storm's still moving northward. It looks like it's going to be moving east of Danville. Not a lot of strong weather for Danville right now. There's still a few showers. It looks like this line just still over Locust Hill is probably going to be hitting you. But if you're in the Danville area, you'll want to keep an eye on this storm. And here's, again, just a little track of what we're expecting for this line. Getting towards Milton looks like, again, probably about 20 minutes moving to Virginia. So if we do get an actual warning ahead of this line, if they do anticipate that it is a tornado warned storm, then that's something that we'll have to probably get closer on. Let's go back to Martinsville real quick and look at that one, or we'll have to keep a watch on this one in the next half hour. All right, so this one still well past Martinsville, but if you are in Martinsville, stay inside for another 5 minutes or so, just so we can make sure that everything is okay there, and that storm has moved well away from you. The one for Martinsville, again, this lasts for another 25 minutes. Tornado warning for the Martinsville, Henry County area. It's likely, though, that they're going to let this go. Oh, there it goes. Looks like they have either canceled it or kind of extended. Yeah, they canceled the southern edge. So yeah, the Martinsville area, the southern half of this warning is going to be allowed to expire, and we're going to have to keep watching this as this cell moves northward. But if they do issue another warning, we might let it go. You want to come on, George?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna switch over with George,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go off for a little bit and let him tell you what's going on.
All right, thanks, Thomas, for the updates on the tornado warning. So maybe you're just turning on your television set right now. What I want to do, Will Stafford and Thomas are both in the Weather Center. And so what I want to do is to reset to show our entire viewing area, and we'll put this into relation to Roanoke and Lynchburg. So it is Friday morning at 11:21, and this is unfortunately going to be an active day as far as tornado warnings. I do think that we are going to see many more of them. Right now, we have one storm in the ABC 13 viewing area with the tornado warning, and it's for that storm, which is now just north of Martinsville. Elsewhere, we have heavy rain. You can see the heavy rain into Nelson County, Lynchburg area. I'm listening to the rain here on the roof at the television station. Roanoke and Bedford, where you see some of the brighter colors, that is some of the heavier rain. And I do think that we are going to see more tornado warnings. Most of the tornado warnings that we're going to end up seeing, we'll say during the next 2 hours, most of the tornado warnings are going to be on the southern edge of this batch of rain, where there can be an area of inflow of air and wind getting into that cell, and it starts to rotate. So we have that one storm with a tornado warning in northern Henry County. That one is just north of Martinsville, and we also have this storm with the tornado warning just southeast of Danville, and we will be watching that one to see if the National Weather Service is going to end up issuing another tornado warning as that approaches Danville, Ringgold, toward the Danville Airport, and parts of southern Pittsylvania County. Elsewhere, we do not have any tornado warnings at the moment. Will and Thomas are in the Weather Center, and Will, could you pull up the Danville sky camera? So we have a bunch of sky cameras in our area right now. As we have Roanoke up here first, I'll show you this view. There's nothing of concern in Roanoke right now as far as anything tornadic, but it is raining heavily, and you can see that rain falling right here in front of the sky camera. Will has just switched it over to the Danville sky cam, and of course there's obviously the Dan River, the bridge going into downtown, and downtown is going to be in this direction. We will end up, and Will, let's turn the camera and point it maybe almost due south, so that if there is a tornado, okay, that is, okay. So we've already done that. Stand over here. So right here, this is looking generally toward the south in this area here. And this is where we'll be watching for that storm, which right now has a tornado warning to the south of Danville. So it'd be this darker area in here that we're going to monitor. The good news, we've not had a tornado confirmed out of this, but obviously we are going to be watching for that. Will and Thomas, let's go back down to the cell in Martinsville, northern Henry County, near and north of Collinsville, because if the National Weather Service ends up issuing another warning, this would be a good chunk of Franklin County. So it is right in here, and let's see, for right here, this would be the circulating part of the storm that we're watching. So this is north of Martinsville, near and just east of Bassett, and this is going to lift to the north. This highway that you see here, this is 220 toward Oak Levels. You start making your way into Franklin County. So this cell is going to be crossing US 220 between Martinsville and Rocky Mount. I would certainly avoid driving along 220 for the next 30 minutes between Martinsville and also into Rocky Mount. Will, let's stop the radar loop and let's put this into the velocity mode where we're looking at the wind. Also here, I've got a computer here in front of me where so as Will has the data up, I'm also looking at weather data on the storm here as well. And if there is a tornado within this storm, it's going to be in this vicinity here. This does not look like a Captain Obvious tornado. It means that I'm not looking at this radar and saying, oh wow, this is definitely a tornado on the ground, but there is circulation up at cloud level, which does warrant the warning from the National Weather Service. So if there's a tornado, it is near Figborough Elementary School. You need to be in your place of tornado shelter if you're at Figborough Elementary School. Will, let's zoom out a little bit and let's pull a storm track into Franklin County. So right here is where the tornadic storm would be. Let's go ahead and pull a storm track for our viewers in Franklin County so that we can show them where this storm is going to be headed. So rotating part of the storm is here. It's lifting to the north. And Thomas, what was the vector on that? Was it okay, it's moving at 35. That sounds about right. So these are some pretty quick moving storms. These are moving at 35 miles an hour. Henry Elementary School in southern Franklin County is right in here. If you live near Henry Elementary in Franklin County, it is tornado safety time for you. You have time to get into a safe spot. Get into your location of tornado shelter in case this storm does end up producing a tornado. We're then going to see it lifting and crossing 220. That is near the Henry Elementary School, and then it is going to be moving in this direction toward Rocky Mount. So if you're in Rocky Mount, and of course Rocky Mount we were doing live coverage for the tornado warning for you last night, you're okay right now. Just monitor. I certainly wouldn't get in my car and start driving down 220. Just stay in your place in Rocky Mount, and if we do see a tornado actually touching down out of the storm, or if this warning is extended, we'll let you know and we'll tell you when to take shelter. As Thomas was telling you earlier, if you're in Martinsville, it is okay for you to emerge from your place of tornado shelter. Bassett, you're safe. Collinsville, you're safe. And this cell is just about to make its way out of Franklin County. Okay, just saw the radar update. You noticed the warning just disappeared. That was the National Weather Service canceling the warning. Will, what was that message you had? Yeah. Will's passing along a message where he said, I think that they're going to cancel this warning before they even did it from the National Weather Service. So thank you for that info. Will, let's reset. And so it is 11:27 right now. And so what we're going to do here for programming purposes, we will have live coverage until 11:30. If another warning is not issued at 11:30, we will take you back to the regular programming on ABC 13. And then from there, we'll have our regular noon newscast. So for the next 2 minutes here, we're going to provide you a weather update. So as you know, we have a lot of rain today, and the wind is also going to pick up. So far, the wind has been less than anticipated, which is good news. There's actually so much rain out of this, if this makes sense. There's more rain coming out of this storm than maybe, say, the computer models were saying. That's actually helping to cut down on the wind. But it's still, obviously, it's breezy out there. Wind right now gusting 25 miles an hour in Lynchburg. It's coming in from the east and northeast. The strongest wind right in here. The wind is going to gradually get worse into lunchtime and into the afternoon. Check out the mountains of far southwest Virginia toward Hillsville. Right now the wind is gusting tropical storm force, 54 mile an hour wind gust that direction. You start making your way east and basically there's no colors on the map because there's no wind of any significance that is occurring. Let's go back and let's reset the radar view. If we're going to be getting more tornado warnings, we'll say in the next 30 minutes. We know we're going to have more in the afternoon. But the next ones that would be issued, if they are going to be issued, would be for this area right through here. In Danville, you're not under a warning, but you do have a cell of very heavy rain. We will watch this one very closely as it makes its way toward Danville and into Pittsylvania County. We have these cells here with the tornado warnings. This is getting toward Caswell County in North Carolina. These are lifting to the north. That warning's in effect until 11:45. So as we don't have any tornado warnings in our area at this time, we're going to send you back to regular programming, and then we will be back on at noon for ABC 13 News at noon.
David Muir, ABC's World News Tonight, the most watched newscast in America, and honored with the Emmy Award, winner for Outstanding Live News Program.
Summer's winding down. Get hot deals up to $7,374 off MSRP at Southern Team Subaru of Roanoke. Lowe's 0% APR financing available. Hurry before these deals are gone at Southern Team Subaru of Roanoke.